So this year, I decided to practice and get better at building, and I want to bring you guys along. Of course, to begin, we need inspiration, so I searched far and wide around the world to find something to build. I stumbled onto a place in the center of Mexico called Guanajuato, a colorful city with really beautiful streets. So without further ado, let's get into it. We do have world edit, but I think I want to start with just basic outlines of where I want roads and buildings to go. So we're going to outline things with wool, and off of the little reference picture that I'm using, we have the main road, which then diverts into two sections. So this one splits off this way, something like that. And then this one goes off this way. Yeah, that's about right. Now we're going to want to place our buildings, which would be around here. One will be here, which would be that orange building as seen in the picture. And then there's a blue building up ahead. On this side of the road, we got our blue building on our side. And then we got a kind of beige building, which we will outline in sandstone, I assume. Just like that, we have some weird form of outline. I'm just gonna trust in my own process that's going in my mind. And we're just gonna hope that it goes well. The roads of the city kind of remind me of the tops of basalt, and I'm just gonna, for texture, we'll add some Jeep slate into it, and we'll hope that it turns out good. Obviously, elevation plays a role. This side over here gets more of an incline than this side, so we're gonna have to do that later. But I did realize that I didn't leave enough space for a sidewalk, so I don't want to move this side. We'll move this side back some more, and then we'll add the sidewalk. And just like that, we kind of got a slope going up, which kind of looks nice. It's not the best, but it's looking, as long as it's looking. Now we just got to get this road or this sidewalk going on to the other side, and then we should start on the buildings. All right, with the road now done, we can now texture it a little bit, and I think, there we go. So that's good. We're just going to add 50% of it's going to be basalt, and then the rest is going to be our regular deep slate, and that should make it look more of a road, I guess. We'll have to find out when we're done. From down here it does, and I kind of like it, and from up here it doesn't look bad either. The only thing is, on the edge there's more of a pattern going on here, and I'm wondering if turning it this way along the edge would look better. I think that's good. Let's do it on the other side and make sure. Do I like it? Yeah, I like it. It changes it up a bit. So we're going to add this on this side, and then we're going to add it on the other side. Yeah. It's looking good. Now we can start on the buildings, and I want to start over here on this blue building. And it looks like we could do this with, if we get the new mangrove root, or mangrove, we get the new mangrove strip. It looks like that could be the bottom. And it looks like it's also on this building. We'll add a door there, and a door there. Now, do I want it to be just solid concrete? I feel like that's just gonna look off-putting. Hold on, let's do this. No, that kind of looks weird now. I guess for right now, we could just get the main buildings up. We're gonna get this building up to look kind of accurate to what we're seeing on the image. And then we'll get the other buildings along, and then we'll texture them later. We got part of the orange building and part of that cyan building in the back done. I think I'm gonna do this whole street and make it look like a street kind of. And that should be this side almost complete. Now the question is, what is this red section here? It looks like there's a lot of doorways, but it also looks like it might lead into a courtyard or something. If I was to say, I feel like red terracotta might mix better than red concrete for this one. It looks like there's pillars on top of it, so let's see what we can do to replicate those. I want to get this building right here, this white building here, kind of worked on, and then we can, you know, add the finishing touches. Now we need a wall that represents those pillars that are along the edge. Now doing the white building was something else. I didn't know how to do the pillars. I was changing it from sandstone to diorite and to prismarine. But in the end, I ended up sticking with sandstone, which brought my mind to peace. And it honestly doesn't look that bad. Now, one thing I had realized, keep in mind this is day 2 of building this. This is a fence, because on the original image I was seeing, I thought it was a fence. But then I saw another image from the distance. It was like over there somewhere in the distance, and it shot down straight here, and I saw that this was a building. So I'm gonna turn this into a building. All right, we now have our new building, as you can see here. Such a lovely building, beautiful building. I honestly prefer it over the fence that we had. The fence we had kind of made it look open, but this kind of actually brings it together and makes it, I don't know, it just looks better. Anyways, so in the end, I ended up going around like 50-50 here, because I kind of liked it being that kind of a blue, but then I also felt like it needed texture. So I textured the bottom, and then it just gradually, you know, went to that blue. Along with that over there, I kind of liked the cyan, so I left it up on the top, and then we did the little textures going up. The next building we got is this orange one, which is kind of my favorite, next to the white building over here. I don't know, there's just something about this building that just looks funky, and I like it. Now this building, pain in the butt to make, and I ended... ignore that. This building here it was a pain in the butt to make, but I enjoyed it, and it looks nice, honestly. I like it. But yeah, now we finally have our little street from Guanajuato, and I'm kind of proud of it. Honestly, it's growing on me. And of course, with that being said, if you guys want more videos like this where you get to see my thought process as I build, you can click on this video here where I make a horror film in 5 hours. And if you guys have other cities that you'd like me to build, leave it in the comments. And thanks for watching. Bye.